I fucking love this show, Tavi. X-Men 97. I was a pretty big fan of the original show. Watching it growing up as a young lad, it was one of the first things that exposed me to deeper thematic elements. And that's kind of what X-Men has always been to me, is this. Even though the movies are very hit and miss, but it has always been this memory of watching something that is designed for kids, but has, depth to it. And I think like this new show, X-Men 97, is just a really good continuation of this show that I've grown up with and love. Like, I really like the continuity of it. I love the animation of it. I love the fact that the central theme of this show, the prejudice, is still just as relevant today as it was in the 90s. Well, maybe I don't love that, because now that I'm thinking about it, it's actually bad that we haven't moved past that as a society. But for a TV show, it works really well as a theme. The voice acting is incredible. Like, they got most of the voice cast from the original show back to reprise their roles.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
The animation is like, it's not the old school cell shaded animation from back in the day, but it does kind of replicate that with new technology. Like, obviously they've used computers to kind of scan the models. It's just more efficient, more cost effective. You can do more with the models once it's scanned in. But the look of it is there. The action looks a lot better than it did back in the 90s.
This is probably like the good example of the use of new technology kind of breathing life into something that is a bit outdated, I would say. So I think this is a good example of keeping the medium but enhancing the art style. I haven't seen it, but from what you're saying, it seems like they've kept to the art style pretty well, but have just made it more fluid. So it's kind of improving on what was like lacking, rather than just remaking an entire series into like a live action and then it loses its medium. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Both Netflix and Shyamalan.
Definitely like you can feel a lot of the care that was put into this show. It wasn't something that just got churned out by Marvel Studios, and you'd be proud of me, Tavi. I did not skip the intro once for this show.
Is it the original theme song?
It's the original theme song.
Yeah, that's cool. It is. It is iconic.
I don't know how accessible it is to people that didn't watch the original cartoon, but I feel like it probably stands on its own legs.
I think the target demographic would be like just millennials, right?
No, I think this is the kind of show that, like the original series, it's something that both kids and adults could enjoy. And I just really enjoy the idea that, a kid that was my age when I watched the original show is now watching this show, and maybe like it's their first exposure to these kinds of themes, like that's just a good thing that might be happening. I'm not sure what kind of audience is getting, to be honest, but
is it an M-rated show, or is it?
I don't think so. I think it's PG. It's not very violent. There is action in it, but it's probably as violent as the original.
I don't think
cartoon series.
It needs to be that violent. As much as I have gone on about just making everything have wanton violence, I do kind of talk in hyperboles at points. So if it's not needed,
if you remade The Last Airbender, you wouldn't make it violent, right, Tavi? Right? Only an idiot would try to add some grisly violence to that cartoon show.